Welcome to the Freedom Alchemist podcast. I'm your host, Paul Greene. This is a solo episode. We're cracking into the real fountain of youth, into longevity, health span, over lifespan. The real fountain of youth, it's not a pill. It's a habit. It's a way of being, and the chances are you've overlooked this your entire life. True longevity doesn't come in a capsule. It's embodied in a lifestyle. This episode is for anyone over 40 who wants to feel better than they ever have ever in their lives. This is all through the lens of functional medicine, not Western medicine. So not dysfunctional medicine. And I have my functional nutrition degree. Kate has her master's in NLP and is the Tony Robbins trained strategic coach. It's going to be short, about 20 minutes. And at the other side of it, you're going to have a nice, real clear understanding of mitochondria, longevity. I'm going to give to you a daily habit that's going to change absolutely everything. We're going to understand how to stack their habits with movement and understand why people resist some of the simple stuff. And then there's an invitation at the end for you to actually live like you're alive. So longevity. You don't want to live long, my friend. You want to live well. You don't want lifespan. You actually want health span. Once you understand that, you start making different choices. You realize that building muscle, building connective relationships, moving every day is the only pill you really want to be taking. You want to turn off the news and drink some water, man. Speaking of, my father passed away from ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, now 12 years ago. He was young, 66 years old, and he missed my son, Austin, who's 3, and Oliver was really young when Dad passed. He was only 9 or 10. And so, of course, I had this amazing man for 40 years, but just what a time that I'd be having right now with my dad if we had understood some of the detoxing and things I'm sharing with you today. In your youth, we take for granted things like moving really well and how easy it is to move. And as we get older, we have to find ways to allow our bodies to stay strong and just to keep growing and to keep that feeling of youthfulness. It is possible. As you age, you just have to keep moving and surround yourself with great people, because an object in motion stays in motion and an object at rest is at rest. So if you're a couch potato, you're likely to stay that way. If you start walking, you're likely to keep walking. Every day is these little choices in those directions. You hear the term biohacking quite a bit, or detoxes, and maybe that's why you follow us, but this is very simple. Longevity isn't about how many years you live. It's about how alive you feel while living them. I just want to share with you a few ways that you're going to be able to understand vitality and energy. So the next little chunk here is mitochondria and momentum, the true key to vitality. What is mitochondria? You might have heard of it before, but in school, I remember it for some reason from middle school. And mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You might have remembered ATP, the adenine triphosphate, as a kid. I, for some reason, remember these things from middle school. It's really the battery of life, your mitochondria. You may have heard of mitochondria decline, which is fatigue, brain fog, aging, and different sorts of disease. There's some simple daily enemies of your mitochondria: processed food, poor sleep, chronic stress, toxic relationships. And some simple allies, some friends of your mitochondria are movement, real food, breath work, nature, sunlight, fasting. And if you want to dig a little deeper in that, you can look at Dr. Zach Bush's terrain theory, where we are the soil, not the seed. It's a really interesting article if you want a little bit of a deeper dive on that. What is the real fountain of youth? It's consistent, intentional movement done with presence. This could be a morning walk without your phone, 20 minutes of rebounding, body weight strength and silence, dancing with your kid or with your partner. Do 3 sun salutations, which is a yoga move, and 10 deep breaths. Why this works is simple. It recharges your mitochondria, that battery. It boosts BDNF, which is brain growth, helps move your lymphatic fluid, which you need some movement in order to move it, which is your immune system, and helps you detoxify. Regulates your nervous system, rebuilds cellular integrity. You can call this movement with soul, or alive movement. I want to share with you some habits that will stack with your movement. So if you want to supercharge that effect, here's the stack. JERF, just eat real food. Simple nutrition, dense meals. Mark Hyman talks a lot about this, but it's just anything in a package, leave it out. Just find ways to make real food taste delicious and you'll be miles ahead. And your blood work will show it really fast. Number 2, get out, get some sunlight before screen. Get outside, get your circadian rhythm tuned in and delay looking at your phone for as long as you can, about as long as until your coffee. Try to go an hour before your first coffee and before you turn on your screen. Take a good breathing meditation or a breath work before you go on your walk. This is nervous system retraining. This one's optional, but it's an extra bonus. You can get a lot from it. It's cold and heat therapy, so sauna into cold, and this helps create mitochondrial stress, which kind of wakes everything up. Dr. Huberman goes deeper on that on his podcast as well. And then, of course, this 5th is the most important, I think, which is sleep like it's your job or sleep like it's sacred. 7 to 8 hours, free hormone replacement therapy. Now, why do people resist this simple stuff? People would rather spend $500 on a supplement than 15 minutes in the sun or in silence. I don't know why that is. Maybe because they think it's easier. Instant gratification. Talk about dopamine hijacking. This pill-cultured mindset and why we've forgot the basics. We are so addicted to dopamine with these quick hits and quick fixes with the pill. And we've just forgotten the simple basics. Walk, sleep, have good friends, drink lots of water, eat real food. You will release a pharmacy of good chemicals and good drugs inside of your blood just from walking, lifting weights, exercising, and laughing. The real food that you eat, good organic food, will start to heal your body. Your body wants to heal. It's not what we do once in a while that shape our lives. It's what we do consistently. So really pay attention to what you're doing every single day. Whatever you do repeatedly, that is who you are. So if you're sitting there fanging Doritos or fanging cigarettes while you watch your favorite show, that's who you are. And you are what you repeatedly do, is a Tony Robbins quote. The invitation here is for you to live like you're alive. If you do one thing after this podcast, hopefully you're listening to this while you're moving, get up and move. Not just to burn calories, or to punish yourself. No, but to wake your cells up and charge up that mitochondria. Do 15 minutes of soul-aligned movement today. And let us know. Comment down below once you've done it, or email, DM us. Let us know what you did for that 15 minutes of soul-aligned movement. What does that mean, soul-aligned movement? It just means being present. Doesn't mean being distracted on your phone while you're moving or stressed out. Find something you can do that's 15 minutes is too long. Start with 5, but do it every day. Whatever you do repeatedly, that will make the change. That is who you really are. So this is what Kate and I do to help people reclaim their vitality, their rhythm, their freedom. If you're listening to this and you're feeling some aliveness, then just reach out to us. You can contact us down below and we'll have a way you'll have a way to work with us. We work in groups. We work together one-on-one. We have a phenomenal program called the Alchemy Method that takes people on a year journey to completely turn the lights back on. And mitochondria is such a great place to look for this in this conversation of longevity. But if you feel like you want to live like you're alive, a lot of people we find are asleep at the wheel. Life is just passing them by. Life is and watching the show or complaining about the news, but they're not living life. If you want to turn the lights on, start by moving. If you want some help, that's what Kate and I do. We love doing it, and it's what we've been doing for the last 6 years. If you've made it this far into the podcast, you're probably somebody who is already taking some of these actions, and I just want to encourage you to keep going. Do this. Treat your body like a temple. This is a sacred, not just duty, responsibility, but a privilege to move. I guarantee you, when you're 70 or 80 years old, you'll look back at how agile you were at 50 or even 60, and do anything to be how fit and healthy you were. We take it for granted, whatever season we're in, but we want to find the power and gratitude right where we're at. And I'm telling you, do these simple things. Move your body, drink plenty of water. I'm talking half your weight in ounces every day. Eat real food. Make sleep sacred. Only build really good friendships where you're not gossiping about other people, where you actually have support, people that have a similar vision or a similar dream to what you're doing. And you watch how fast you can alchemize your life from something you didn't enjoy to something purely gorgeous and enjoyable. And it's your life that you're living, man. And it turns out we all go through stuff and create identities to survive or fix something or change something that happens to us. And some folks spend their whole lives in this identity. And it may not be who you really are. It might be something you invented to survive something like a strong suit. A lot of the work around this, feeling healthy, longevity, is shifting your identity from your past to something brand new that you get to create. If you were maybe a couch potato, you can shift your identity to that of an athlete or somebody that just loves life and wakes up with a smile on their face. Sometimes you just got to start, take some steps, get moving. And yeah. So if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe here on YouTube. If you're watching our channel, share this. If you're on Apple iTunes, please hit that button that tells people you liked it and maybe give us a good review. We will catch you next week on the Freedom Alchemist podcast, where we're committed to alchemizing, which means turning something from lesser value into greater value. Anything that happens to you in life, no matter what the circumstances, you can turn something that would in the past take you off your game, but now you're somebody that can alchemize it and turn it into something good. And often it's just looking at it with some gratitude. Life is happening for you. Life is not happening to you. Therefore, you're not a victim. And that's good news. All right, we'll see you soon.